So we finally made it out here to Ohio to visit my grandmother for Christmas. Hi, Grandma.
Grandson, I've been watching your videos today.
You're gonna be on one right now. Mandy, what are you doing? Mandy, you would get along well with Nacho, wouldn't you? Good old Mandy. So we've been here in Ohio for a couple of days, and luckily, just luckily, we had a white Christmas. Not too much snow. Reagan? So we got probably about, what, 2 inches of snow? And in the back of the car, we stole some of my grandma's sleds. These old things, I don't know how old they are, but we're gonna go sledding. But this is the rental car, a nice Volvo. I wanna drift it since it's all-wheel drive, but it's a rental and I don't wanna destroy it. So for those of you that don't know, actually I don't think I've talked about this at all. I was actually born in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. How many miles away from Frankfurt?
No, you're actually born in Frankfurt.
Oh, yeah.
Hospital in Frankfurt. And then
right.
You grew up in, well, you lived in Lawrenceburg till you were, what, 7, 8?
Yeah. And it's funny because being from Kentucky and also being half Mexican, because, you know, Drift Dad is a good old white boy and my mom's full-blooded Mexican. I tell everyone that I am a red Mexican. So yeah, I lived in Kentucky until I was 3rd grade. Actually, no, 2nd grade. And every month about, we would come and visit my grandma up here in Delaware, Ohio. And during the winter months, we would love to go sledding because not even a mile away from her house is a nice big hill for sledding.
We're a bit ill-prepared coming from Florida.
Yeah.
You don't sled in sneakers, and that's what I'm doing.
Well,
at least you got boots.
I have boots. You're the one that screwed up there.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this parking lot.
Drift it. No.
Yes.
Oh. When I was a kid, I'd come out to a place like this, and we'd go for hours and hours and hours. We'd go till our fingers were blue.
You see, I'm a Florida boy, and this, what, 20-something degree weather is cold. Oh, man. My feet, they're frozen wet. They're snowy. I had snowballs in my boots.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing, I'm just cold.
What's that thing?
It's my camera, Grandma.
Oh. I knew you'd be cold. See? You listen to Grandma.
So we're back from Ohio from our nice little Christmas vacation to visit my grandmother. I'm gonna need you guys to drop a lot of comments telling her that she needs to come down here and drift because she does watch the videos. But I'm in the garage right now with Drift Dad.
That's me.
And we're going to continue with working on the FRS. If you guys watched the last video, Drift Dad said that we were going to finish the FRS in 24 hours no matter how long it took us. I don't know, how are you feeling about that? Are we gonna actually do that or are we just gonna work on it day by day? Because it's a lot of work that we have to do.
Well, I guess the question is it 24 ambush drift hours or 24 people hours?
What does 24 ambush hours mean anyways?
24 ambush hours is like 6 months.
No.
Look at my tool holder. It's just awesome, look at this. Hey, Alan, tell me what wrench you want.
A 13.
A 13. I am going to go here and say, hey, here's a 13, but would you prefer a stubby 13? Here you go, it's a stubby 13.
No, this is how it's gonna work. I need the stubby 13. Where's my toolbox?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Exactly.
Stealing tools already. So as far as what we want to knock out tonight, we want to get the turbo installed, the exhaust back on, and what else did I say? Oh, the intake manifold. We wanted to take care of all the vacuum line stuff, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we have quite a bit to get done. I guess we'll start off with the turbo, right?
All right, let's do it.
So before we started working on the car tonight, Drift Dad went ahead and bolted the downpipe to the turbo. He went to Ace earlier to pick up some lock washers to make sure that the nuts won't back off. So big thanks to Drift Dad for doing that. So I think as far as the turbo is concerned, I think it's ready to go back into the car. Here, Mr. Muscle Man, why don't you take it? But before we put the turbo on, I need to take out these bolts because this is what it sits on, right on that little metal piece, whatever you want to call it. Is it heavy?
Oh, it's so heavy. It's like 600 pounds.
To tighten the turbo, you'll definitely want to take off the wastegate arm, or at least take off the 2 bolts that hold it on, just so you can get enough space to get a little stubby 13mm wrench onto that little stud right there.
Okay, this is the part I hate. This is just like such a pain.
Yeah, it is.
You sure don't want to take all this out?
Yes. Give me this. I'll do it for you. And of course, in typical ambush drift fashion, it is the next morning. Last night was a failure. So when we had the manifold in, and while we were putting the turbo on and tightening it down, my dad noticed that these tabs right here on the manifold had bolt holes with nothing on them. And sure enough, it was a heat shield that we had to have transferred from the old manifold to this new one. So we removed the manifold after I already installed it and tightened it down. We put on this heat shield and figured that while we had everything else out, we might as well put exhaust strap over the downpipe because this fan wiring is pretty much butted up right against it. So we rerouted that, put nice gold reflective heat wrap on it, zip tied it out of the way, and I think the manifold is just about ready to go back in. But we are about to take off the intake manifold so that we can get access to some vacuum lines that we need to hose clamp down. Okay, attempt number 2, manifold installation. There you go. Lo and behold, the turbo is installed, everything's tightened down. I will tell you, if you guys are going to install the SBD or Ready kit, you're going to want to use a bunch of 3/8 extensions with crow's feet to tighten up the turbo bolts, at least from where the turbo connects to the manifold right underneath there. So now all that's left is to make sure that oil cooler lines fit on all this intake piping, and it doesn't look like our clearances are all that great right here. We are going to need new coolant lines for the turbo. These have just been heat cycled so much that they're really hard. Not exactly brittle, but just not easy at all to slip over this coolant fitting. So we'll get new ones of those, finish up with the intercooler install, and I think at least turbo components, that'll be it.
We said we wanted to do that by lunch, so...
Yeah, exactly. So we're hungry. There's a couple more pieces that we're gonna need. I think the video is gonna end here. We're gonna eat lunch, and then as soon as we're done, we'll come back and that'll be a new video. Drift Dad, take it away. You're ending this video now.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess this wraps up this video, and we will see you next time. Peace.